Hello, Tony. Hello, Tony.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you can hear me. How do I do the recording thing?
I just okay. Wait. The meeting is already on auto record.
Okay. I heard this meeting is just being is recorded. Okay. So I'm good to
I'll
go,
make
Abby.
you host now. I'll make you
Okay,
host now.
okay, I've seen it. Thank
Tell
you.
Alex to join you and make him
Oh,
co-host
okay,
before I
thank you
leave.
very much. Okay, let me get in. Thanks.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I've sent it to him. I'm
Try
wondering
and
why he
make
hasn't joined.
Alex co-host now.
Okay. Let me see. How do I do that, bro? Sorry. Hello. Okay. Make.
Click on his name from the participants page.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it.
You have done
Thanks.
it, Abby?
Yeah. Alex, you're here, Abby?
Yeah, sure. I did with you.
Okay. Oh, wait.
I will leave
I'm about
now.
to
I will
start.
leave now.
Okay, thank you,
If I
Tony.
leave,
Thank you, Tony.
oh yeah.
Once I leave, everything is recorded, Abby. Okay, so Alex, you can hear me,
Yeah,
Abby. I'm
yeah,
about to
sure.
start.
All
Okay,
right.
the thing at some point, something might happen because what I do, I might need to attend to some shit. But before I leave, I'll be like, Alex, please, are you kind of free to just? But I'm here, Sha, just in case.
Okay, no problem. I can just touch the last thing she's talked on now.
Yes. So
All
I'm
right.
going too fast. Feel free to WhatsApp me. Just let me know. Let me check what other people. When people try and join, how would I?
You said?
When people send, I've not seen nobody has sent their request yet. Though.
Yeah.
Let
If they send, you see it.
okay. I know you can hear me. Don't worry. Thanks, Alex.
You said?
I know you can. I know you can hear me.
Yeah,
So
sure.
like I'm just like.
I can hear.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. Hey. Okay, I'm coming out. Alex. Alex.
Bro.
I said you won't believe that. Just at case as I'm doing this, someone came to deliver something for me. So I have to even step out. Hi.
Wow.
As in, but no, I'm here now. I'm wondering why nobody has sent the thing now. Let me repost it again. Please, can you be watching? If anybody sends a request, just accept
No
it.
problem. I can be admitting them. You've made me co-host already.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Yeah.
No.
Let me go bring here.
Yes, I'm behind you. I can't see you. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Well, Alex, I don't wonder why nobody don't join. No, mad though. Unless maybe I'll have to reschedule it.
Or you can go back to the group and check what's up.
I'm in
Check
the
out.
group. Yeah,
You
I'm
are
in
in the
the group.
group.
Said yeah, messaging them now. How far?
Uh, how come?
Welcome, Mr. Sunday. Mhm. Yeah, Mr. Tunde, welcome. So I'm waiting for the rest to come in so that it will be a full house. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, no problem. No problem. Yeah, welcome, Moyo. Welcome, everyone. We're still not enough. I mean, like people are still trying to. Some people are having difficulties with Zoom, but yeah, they'll be joining us very soon. Sorry, please just hold on. Thanks. Sorry, we're still waiting for the rest to join us. Sorry about that. Yeah, hello. While still waiting for the rest to join so that we'll be much here. Please bear with us. Hi, so sorry. I'm still waiting for people to join. Some are having difficulties downloading Zoom and sorting all this out. But yeah, in a bit, they'll join us.
Hello, hi. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you guys. I
When is
just
the class starting? Sorry.
supposed to have started. It's supposed to have started, but because people have not joined, some people are having difficulty signing in.
Okay,
So
so let's
once
still chill. Like, okay,
in a bit, yes, but it's ready.
all right.
Thanks. Thanks for the
Just
patience.
when you're about to start, just message us on WhatsApp. Just give any response on WhatsApp, so
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
join. You
That good.
understand?
Okay. No
All
pain.
right.
No pain.
Thank you.
Yes, boss.
Yeah.
Queen, welcome. Sorry, Queen, I'm waiting for people to come and join us. So yeah.
I can say I won't make money.
No time.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Ah,
hi, how about so I'm waiting for more people to come. We're just probably when we enter like 10, 11, we might start.
all right.
I think some people are just having difficulties with Zoom and all.
Zoom downloading. Yeah.
Let me
Somebody
assist someone. Let me
recognized me here. Who is that?
No, him, you said, because I said Queen, so you heard the name Queen. So you were just like, Queen said define money. That kind of
Uh-uh.
phrase, yeah.
Definitely no.
No verse, no verse, no verse. I thought it was even La Cream. Ayo. I thought it was La Cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on 9 now. It just remains probably one more person and we'll start. One more person and we'll start. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I think at this rate, I think I'll just start because most people are having too much difficulties getting in. Just give me 1 minute.
All right.
So at this point, I think we should just start because most people are not available at the moment. So yeah, feel free to unmute anytime and ask me questions. Yeah.
All right.
Let me share. Yeah, let me share my screen soon so that we can see.
How many? Sorry. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, how many hours is this
Can you
class
hear me?
holding for? How many hours is this class holding for? Sorry.
No, 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 it's not up to 2 hours. Maybe 40 minutes, 1 hour, thereabouts.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You can continue. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. So okay, I'm about to share my screen so that we can start. First off, I think okay, my name is Ayo, like Irene. I think most of us know my name. So let me share my screen. I don't know why this thing is not allowing me to share. Can you see my screen now? Let me know when you can see my screen, please. Okay, in case you can't see my screen.
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Screen. Okay, okay. So yes, welcome to this Binance Academy class, where I'll be pushing you through the fundamentals of Bitcoin, blockchain, and Binance. And I'm sure a lot of us have been hearing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, all these cryptos, but might not know exactly what they are or might not really understand much about them. So this is just an introduction to it. There's still a whole lot more. So let me accept. Someone just came in. Let me accept. Oh, let me cancel so I can accept that person. Alex. Alex.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, please, you'll be helping me accept 20 people from, please.
Yeah, sure. I know.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So let me continue. Okay. So, oh, okay. So now this class is it's an introduction. Okay, so that you all know me. I'm Myron Deshueton, an automotive consultant. Blah blah blah. And I want to teach you guys the freedom of cryptocurrencies. So we'll get to that. So first off, we all know Bitcoin is a form of exchange. Like it's a form of exchange. Like you use it to buy things, use it to pay for services, use it to pay for things. So before we get to that, what is money? Because since we see Bitcoin as money now, so probably let's say money is anything that we can use to exchange value. In the past they've used metals, calories, they've used coins, probably even used services to pay for things. Anything can actually be used as money. Oh, this is my screen. Anything can be used as money. Like, not too far. So yeah, like I said, anything, any object, as long as we are made to believe that it is money or that that particular thing is valuable, we'll take it to be valuable. It's just like saying if you give someone a bar of gold, let's say a
Hello, you
villager,
can see your
someone that
screen
doesn't
again.
work. Okay, can you see now? Can you still see it?
No, no,
You
no,
can.
no, no.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks for that. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Yes, we can now.
Can you see now?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so okay, thank you. Okay. So as we're going along, please feel free to ask me questions, and even if you don't get to ask one, you can still ask at the end. I want to carry along since we're not doing much. So let me carry along and let's see how far. So, money is anything that is is used to exchange, like it's used as the means of exchange, any object could be used as money. As long as we're made to believe that that thing is valuable, then it can be used as money. Because if you don't know that it's valuable, it cannot be used as money. For instance, if you give a layman gold, if you give him a big bar of gold, he will just be looking at you like, listen with this. You might just like it because okay, it's shiny, like it's pure gold, he likes the shiny bar, but he might not know that it has value or you can use it to exchange or something. So my screen is not showing again, Abi. Sorry, hold on.
Yes,
It has gone again.
that's gone.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, you guys can ask me questions as we're going along. Feel free to keep asking. That's it. I'm so sorry for wasting you guys' time like this. It's not even allowing me share my screen again. Okay, share now. So I think we were clear on what money is, I guess. Like we know it can
Yes,
be
so
anything that's transfer value. Okay, yes.
exchange value.
So
Yeah.
now to the next one. What is fiat money? So like our naira is fiat money. Pound, the Great British Pound is fiat money. The United States dollar is fiat money. Fiat money is money or paper money or coins issued by a government. You feel me? So it doesn't really have any intrinsic value, but because a particular government has said this is money, so we take it as money because it's legal tender in that community or amongst the people that can use it to transact. And obviously, you can't be carrying big bars of gold or cowries or metals to transact. So that's why they just have to make paper money, or even if it's metal in coins, it's tiny so that it's transferable. You can just put it in your pocket and move about. So that's what makes it portable and easy to use. Easy to use because many people will accept it as money. It's like saying if you go to certain places and you give them, let's say, $100 bill to pay for something like 40K, they might just look at you like, who be this one? Because they might not know what dollar is. Same way, if you take naira to some other people and you give them, they won't accept it from you. So it has to be legal tender in that community or amongst those people. Yeah, so that's fiat money. It came to replace gold and other commodities that are a bit too heavy, too bulky, or not universal. So that is it. Fiat money. fiat money is not scarce because that government can decide to start to print as much quantities as they want. You know, the president can just tell the CBN governor that, hey, I need let's say 1 billion naira printed, and they do the necessary things and they print the money, and so we see them. So like I said, it has no intrinsic value. It's just that a government has said this is money, and that particular government has to be respected in its own space. Obviously, the government space, that is money. You get to the next. So now, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is digital money, like it's a digital form of money. So there's no physical cash. You know, there's no, in the past when they used to use cowries and other things as money, if you told them they're going to start using paper, they would have doubted it. Now we told them you're not going to use paper, you're going to use digital. It's a digital like form of money. And it started in 2009. People didn't really accept it, but now digital money is like, should I say, the talk of the day or talk of the town? Almost everybody is into digital money, and more people will be into digital money. So like unlike the fiat currency, unlike the fiat money that has gatekeepers, like, you know, the central bank and all those regulators and governments, digital money doesn't have any. It's just by cryptography. Like, it doesn't have any gateway, no central bank, nobody, nothing. It's just cryptography. And cryptography is simply advanced mathematics. So, you know, the computers and all that, they just carry out their own functions, and it produces or values it for us. We will get to all that as we advance. Cryptocurrencies cannot be duplicated or destroyed. Can you still see my screen? Sorry, just to be sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So cryptocurrencies cannot be duplicated or destroyed. It can be bonds. We'll get to that, but it can't be duplicated in the sense that I can't say I have, let me say, 5 bitcoins in my wallet, and I will duplicate it. Like, you know how when we use our computers and we do copy or copy a movie from like a laptop to a flash drive. You know, you can copy or you can cut it. With cryptocurrency, it is cut. If you're sending 5 bitcoins, you're sending the whole 5. You're not going to have a double recording on your own side. We'll get to that. You know, all these are things is just to introduce you to it. As we advance, you know, we'll also study more. We'll learn and understand better. So now it is also distributed, you know, P2P network. So like the P2P means peer-to-peer. You know, it's open source. Anybody can use it. You don't need any central bank, you don't need Visa, you don't need anybody. It's just between you and the person you're interacting with, and it's borderless. It's borderless because, you know, I can be here in Nigeria, someone could be in Australia, and I could send money to him the same way I'll send money to my neighbor if I'm sending Bitcoin. You know, to still take the same time, same fees, same, you know, same, and it's actually faster than normal fiat transfers. We'll get to that too. So that's one advantage of cryptocurrencies. So now, what is Bitcoin? As we know, Bitcoin is the first form of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was introduced to us in 2009, and it was the first form of cryptocurrency. It's digital money. So, you know, after when it came out, people were skeptical that which one is money in the air or anything can happen, blah, 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 blah. But over the years, we've gotten to grow trust in cryptocurrency. You know, we started to rely on them and we trust them a lot. So now it's protected by cryptography. Like I mentioned, cryptography is advanced mathematics. We will understand all that with time. It's transparent. By transparent, I mean on the blockchain. We'll get to that. So there's something called the blockchain, and every transaction that takes place on the blockchain is recorded. From the first Bitcoin that was mined or that was sent to anyone, everything is recorded on the ledger. So in the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you can still backtrack and see the first ever transaction that was taking place, that was done with Bitcoin. Like, it's a ledger that never gets erased or tampered with. Unlike, you know, if you in the bank, right, I can transfer some money to someone, and if probably the tax authorities, or if it's a fraudulent transaction, you know, we can quickly go into the database and delete it or edit it. With Bitcoin, with cryptos, you cannot. If you do a transaction, the whole world will see the transaction. Anybody that logs into the blockchain will see the transaction. I also mentioned it cannot be duplicated or destroyed. Once you've done the transaction and it's recorded on the blockchain, you cannot delete it from. You cannot delete that particular item or that particular transaction from the blockchain. It is registered there forever. So like it's open source. Anyone can. My grandpa, my grandma, my mom, my sister, anybody can actually create a crypto account and carry out crypto transactions. Anybody can do it. So that's one thing why it's open source. Like I said, it's borderless. Any country, anywhere, you're free to trade with crypto or to interact with cryptos. So like the censorship resistant part, that's the last part. The censorship resistance part. Alex, can you help me accept that?
Yeah, I'm with you. I did.
Yeah, I saw a notification. Someone just tried to join. Can you please help me accept that?
Yeah, I already brought the person in.
Okay, thanks. Tell me to grab as well, please. Thanks. So like I was saying, the censorship resistance thing is the thing that can you guys still see my screen? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the censorship resistance thing is the thing I said about that the ledger is always intact. 10 years, 5 years, 20, 50 years from now, you can always backtrack and see every transaction that has taken place on the blockchain. It's not only Bitcoin that has a blockchain, Ethereum has a blockchain. So on whichever blockchain it is, you can always backtrack and see transactions that are taking place. So that's one. Two, who created Bitcoin? Who created Bitcoin? So can you guys give me 1 second? Let me just attend to something.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
When you just finish tonight, take 1 shot of boomline cognac. For children will take them from 1 year upward. From 1 year.
Hello, is anybody with me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. Ayo actually has some other stuff he's handling, and let me quickly take some parts of what he's supposed to present. Okay. Let me share my screen.
All you need now, boomline cognac. Orange cognac. Like if you do woman, you go experience hotness of belly. You know, woman will go get hotness of belly. You know, go take it.
Can you see my screen?
You experience change of menstrual cycle. Let me say, if you see the period of this month, let's say the self that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just 1 minute.
The big part of the world is 1,000 naira before, now 700 naira, and the small bottle you can sell 500 naira, 200 naira. Unfortunately, just because Boomline corner, they keep promo, rush now to collect your food because the price can go high anytime after the promo. The price will return as the day before. No, Mr. Moon, even if you want make me bring them for your house with a new home service. No one yourself will call. No, Mr. Moon, if I make all those movements bacteria, where the first is sensational movement in the body, sometimes your body will vibrate like food. Something will happen for your body like
Okay, so I think this was where he stopped. What Bitcoin is. let's proceed from there. So Bitcoin is a digital form of money. It's not something you can hold with your hands. Like you said, it's protected by cryptography. Okay, I've touched all these parts as well. I've touched all these parts.
Yeah,
It's
who created?
borderless.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. Who created Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. Yeah. All right. You can proceed, Ayo.
Okay, thank you. You guys, I'm so sorry for disappearing. So sorry. Let me share my screen now. Sorry. Alex, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I forgot to even tell you that I was going to disappear. Thank you for coming. So
No
now,
hassles. No
you guys
hassles.
can see my screen. Thanks. You guys can see my screen, I mean?
Yes, Ayo, but you did not mention that part of discuss.
This okay. Sorry. Thank you for that. Please, you guys, thank you for carrying along. So now, yes, Bitcoin is scarce in the sense that only 21 million Bitcoins can ever be made. Unlike normal fiat money that is unlimited, like there is unlimited, any amount of normal money can be created. You know, like your president can just tell the CBN governor print any amount. But Bitcoin has been capped or has been limited to 21 million Bitcoins. Now I think we're around like 18 million thereabouts. You might be wondering that, oh, when it gets to 21, what will happen, blah, blah, blah. When Bitcoin first of all came out, you know, it was, you could mine it fast, like they could mine in large quantities. And that's like the mathematics used to mine, it's some long thing used to mine. It gets harder with time. So, you know, probably getting from the first Bitcoin to the first 5,000 was probably fast and easy. But as it goes on, it gets harder with time. So even reach that 21, it will still take some decades before we even reach that 21 million Bitcoins. But also the value of Bitcoin rises. So as much as, you know, you might think that, okay, 21, once we reach 21, we're stuck. There will still be ways. No, it won't pass 21, but like what's it called? But the scarcity of Bitcoin is also another thing that makes the value go up. So don't worry, you won't be surprised. Bitcoin now, I think today Bitcoin is on $13,000 for one. I believe it will still get to $50,000. Some people are even anticipating that it will get to $500,000. Who knows, and who knows when. So yeah, that's the scarcity part. You know, fiat money that is not scarce because it's not limited, but Bitcoin is scarce because it's limited to 21 million. Some other cryptocurrencies have come out too, and they all have different limits. You know, but we'll get to them as well when we get to that part. Thank you for that. So now, who created Bitcoin? You know how we normally know who created this, who created that, or who did this, who did that. We don't know who created Bitcoin. That's the mystery behind it. No one actually knows, apart from, you know, the person or the people that created it. But they decided to use a pseudonym named Satoshi Nakamoto. That's the name of the person or the name of the group of people that's the name the person used to launch it, to show us in 2009. You know, they showed us the white paper, told us everything it's about and all that. So we just believe, okay, Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who the person is. No one knows. And you know, as the person just dropped, the person actually pulled out, or the people they pulled out. So they do not interfere with the amounts being generated or reduced. They don't interfere with anything. It's decentralized. Bitcoin is decentralized. There's no governing body. There's nobody that will say that, okay, I don't like this person. I want to take his Bitcoins, or I want to devalue Bitcoin. There's no governing body. He just made it and dropped it. So the computers handle the rest and run all that for us. That's one. So it's a brilliant solution to double spend problem. You know, some instances that normally to double spend problem. Now there are two ways that I can understand double spend. There is the one of when you send money to someone and the person hasn't gotten the money yet, and you're not sure, and you resend it again. You know, there's that. But you know, with Bitcoin, once you send, you have to just wait. You will know whether it's intent or not. You have to wait. You see it's pending, and the blockchain, some calculations and some confirmations have to take place, and the person receives. You wouldn't you wouldn't receive if it hasn't been confirmed. So, like in the sense that you cannot send money to someone and the person says he or she hasn't received it. I'm just saying it might take time, but if the person says he or she hasn't received it, you can go on the blockchain and check for the, you will see your address, you will see the person's address. You will see, okay, when you send it from your address, you will see the money leave your address and you will see it enter that address. If it hasn't entered the address, that means it probably hasn't left yours. So, on the blockchain, you can use that to check everything. So that's one of the things. It really solves that double spend problem. Then, so now what is a blockchain? Simply put, a blockchain is a distributed database. It's, let me think of another example. You know how, let's say, if you synchronize, there's this thing called Evernote, or should I say Google Drive, or all those things that people used to share files with people. So if I share a file with maybe 5 other people, and in the same file, I write hi or hello, everybody else that is sharing that file with me will see the hello, or will see will see everything I do to it. So blockchain is transparent. Any transaction that takes place on a blockchain is recorded on the blockchain permanently. Everybody sees it. Anybody, yes. So that's what they call. Nobody, your name is not on the blockchain. It is just your address, your wallet address. Like if it's Bitcoin, your Bitcoin address, that's your public one self that shows on the blockchain. And they see that, okay, this is the transaction that's taking place. So a database is open source. Everybody has access to it. It's not hidden, it's not coded. You get, it's open. So everything links with each other. Any transaction I send to anyone, everybody else can see it. So that's like the blockchain. And the blockchain is made up of transactions. Like let's say if some transactions take place within a particular place, it forms a block. The next set of transactions that come will form another block, joined by a chain. Like there's no picture. Let me see. There's a picture to. Okay, I said it's a distributed database and it's a chain of linked blocks. Each like not even each a number of transactions form a block. So multiple transactions, once it forms a block, other transactions that come will form other blocks. It's a special type of ledger. So you can use it for money transactions, documents, medical stuff. You will get to, as we go along, we will get to see other applications of blockchain. You feel me? So, imagine what I said is still here. Okay, so now probably with this picture can be probably more explanatory. The participants don't need to trust each other. Everyone keeps track of balances and transactions. You feel me? So like now, I don't need to know you. I don't need to trust you. If I'm to, as long as I've sent to you, or I tell you I've sent to you, I'm just meant to wait. We're meant to wait for it to land. And when it lands, we confirm it on the blockchain. If 3 people have confirmed it on the blockchain and you're saying that you've not received anything, then I don't know what you're saying, because everybody else has seen it. It's synchronized. Everything is synchronized and it's public. It's not some Nigerian coded stuff. It's public. Everybody sees it anywhere in the world, anytime they decide to sign in. So now, Bitcoin versus blockchain. Bitcoin is a digital currency, and it's a financial asset. It's tradable. Like I said, digital currency is money. You can use it to pay for services or for goods. And it's a financial asset. It's tradable. You can sell it to people. You can receive from people. You can exchange with people. And Bitcoin is actually the first form of cryptocurrency. So obviously it's the most popular because we've been hearing Bitcoin for years. And I had Bitcoin for so many years. It probably took me 6, 7 or more years before I even decided to read or find out what exactly Bitcoin is. So it's the most popular and it's the first cryptocurrency. It's a computer software. I told you it's digital money. So it's not physical money, it's digital money. And it's open source code. Anyone can access it. Anybody can access it. And it's public and decentralized. Public in the sense that anybody can access it. Decentralized because there's no governing body. No government can come and say, you know what, today let's devalue Bitcoin or let's seize this person's Bitcoin normally. It's decentralized. Nobody has control over your Bitcoin. Blockchain, on the other hand, blockchain is a distributed database. It keeps records of all transactions, all information that is stored on it. Any kind of digital data stored on it. It's stored in it's stored in the database, like it's stored in the blockchain, and it has several use cases. We will get to find out some of them as we're going along. I know there are various ways to build it, and it's a digital ledger as well. You know, in accounting, when any transaction, you record it in your ledger. So now it's a digital ledger you get. So it's online. Sorry, hold on. So Bitcoin versus fiat money. Like I said, fiat money is centralized. You know, you have a central bank being manipulated or controlled by the government that undervalues or overvalues your currency. You feel me? And it's controlled by governments. Like I mentioned earlier, it's controlled by governments. And it's not scarce. It's not scarce because government can tell the central bank governor to print any amount they want, and they got to print any amount that they want. There's chargeback, and it's inefficient. It's inefficient because of the fact that, you know, sometimes transferring money has its own digital and physical money. Fiat money has its own up and setbacks and its own things. Like, okay, all those that had naira, imagine you kept your money in naira back in 2012 when the dollar was like 200 naira. Now the dollar is like maybe 3 something or 4 something. Yes, Bitcoin too can fluctuate, it can go up, it can come down anytime. But I don't know, I just feel more, I trust Bitcoin more than I trust fiat money, because governments can decide to block your account. Governments cannot block your wallet. If you have crypto in your wallet, government cannot block your wallet. Bitcoin is also decentralized. Bitcoin is decentralized, like I mentioned earlier on. It's not controlled by any governing body. It's just cryptography. That is advanced mathematics that handles Bitcoins for us. Peer-to-peer, you know, you can directly interact with your friend or with someone without having to pass through like a payment gateway or a bank. You know, no need for Visa card, MasterCard, no need for a bank, nobody, no intermediary, just you and the person directly. That's one thing about Bitcoin. Like I said, also it's scarce, like there's a limited amount of Bitcoins that can be made, and it's controlled and limited in supply. Oh yes, another thing, irreversible transaction. If you send money to someone with Bitcoin, you can never reverse that transaction. So you have to be very careful. You know, like, and again, if you have to even send crypto, like if you have to send someone Bitcoin, don't send Bitcoin to an Ethereum address, or don't send Bitcoin to another cryptocurrency address. It has to be Bitcoin to Bitcoin. You know, we will get to understand all that as we go along. We'll get to understand as we go along. It's fast and cheap. Yes, it's faster than sending money. You know, when you try and send money to someone in, let's say, America, probably now it might take a day, it might take 1, 2, 3 days, it could take more, you know, and you also have to pay fees, high fees to transfer and things like that. With Bitcoin, yes, you pay fees, but it's relatively less than what you transfer with your normal fiat money, and it's faster. It's faster. It's a whole lot faster than fiat money. It's a whole lot faster. Then the censorship resistance thing is what I said about that you can't, the price, it's always recorded. You cannot doctor the amount, you cannot mess with it. It's fixed like that. Sorry, Alex, can you please take over from me? I need to do something again. I'm so sorry, I need to do something. Alex.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, please let me take over from Bitcoin versus blockchain. I think I'm even done there. Please, I'm coming now. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
One minute, guys, please. Open PPTX. Can you see my screen now? Please, if you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So he touched that Bitcoin is irreversible whenever you send a transaction. Now, what that means is it's not like your bank transfer where you probably send money to somebody and then you are like, oh, you made a mistake, and then you want the bank to bounce the transfer. It's not possible in cryptocurrency. Immediately you send a particular crypto or a particular asset, it's sent and it's sent forever. It cannot be reversed. That's one, should I say, loophole about Bitcoin. But it also helps you run calculated risk already. You need to be sure of whether you're ready to send that particular cryptocurrency or not. And then again, it is fast and cheap. Recently, if not today, I think some days ago, uh, somebody transferred 1.15 billion dollars in BTC. That's about 88,000 and something BTC. And do you know the funniest part? Like the most interesting part was actually that the fee that was charged was just $3 and about $3.5 was charged for just sending that huge amount. Now, if you compare it to fiat, that's your naira, for instance. When you want to send money, let's say through Western Union to someone outside, and then you go to the bank, say it's 100,000 naira you want to send, the bank will slash the money. The bank would because they'll take their own remittance, and then before it gets to the hand of that person, it's more or less like you're giving the person half of what you intended to give the person originally. You understand? Okay, and then another thing, the next thing is that it is censorship resistant. Now that case is actually for I don't know if you guys remember. You should remember if you've been following the Twitter on NSAS, you find out that there was a time when the government actually blocked they froze the accounts of those that were in charge of getting funds to sponsor the NSAS program. That's the protest. But it got to a point where after they froze it, like this is 21st century for crying out loud. There is cryptocurrency out there. So people started funding. It was very easy. They didn't have to rack their brains because the blockchain is already there. And then Bitcoin is already solving that problem. You understand? So immediately the government froze the account. They just told the government that yes, we are outside this box. In fact, we are not even within the box at all. So you can still get the funds. In fact, I think they even got more contributions when it happened that it was with respect to crypto that they started funding. You understand? So I think they got about 9 point something uh, Bitcoin then. So just imagine the government has frozen your account, you cannot get fiat, and then boom, there is cryptocurrency there for you. Nobody can actually restrict you. Nobody, because nobody is controlling it in one way or the other. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Now, this was what I just explained now. Now, this is a perfect example of bank transfer. This is Alice, for instance. Alice has $200, and then she's trying to give it out to Bob, who is her brother, that is outside the country. Okay, and she takes it to the bank. $200 and $14 is removed from it. Now, $14 is not
Hello,
up to
hello,
the
sorry. Hello, excuse me,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Your stuff is, can you just zoom it for us? Unlike yours one, ours is very wide, so we
Okay,
can be able
okay,
to
okay,
see.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So I hope you're
thank you.
good now. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, so Alice has $200. And then to send it for someone outside, she probably doesn't have the idea of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so she goes to the bank, and then the bank charges her $14. This is 7% of $200. So they charge you 7% of what you want to send, which is $14. And then the money now getting to him is 186. So Bob, on his own part, if he understands that she brought it through this means, he would know that okay, yes, the bank has actually taken some parts. So the bank removed a certain amount of fee that is actually high, making the fee not cheap at all. Okay, and then the processing time is 3 working days. Now just imagine that 3 working days, and then somebody will come randomly and then send money, say on a Friday, and then after sending the money on that Friday, Saturday is not a working day, Sunday is not a working day, Monday it would probably be the second day, and then Tuesday would be the day it probably get to his hands. That these things are on probability. You understand? Probability. So and then it gets to his hand on it. But if it is crypto, you send money seamlessly, easily and tirelessly. You just get your phone and then you send it immediately. Now, the nationwide remittances made up to $689 billion in 2018, which is 7%. 7% would count for 48 billion. That means that the total amount they made uh, just getting uh, remittances from charging people that want to move currencies outside was 680 something billion. You can imagine dollars, and that is actually not, it's nothing to write home about. But in the case of cryptocurrencies, you'll not be charged that much. Imagine somebody sending 1 point something billion dollars, and then he's charged just $3. That's kind of unjust. So it's when you see random people just them holding tight to fiat, you just wonder if there's any problem at all. So um, cryptocurrency is actually not. This is just the metamorphosis stage. We have not even transformed yet. We this crypto stuff has just started recently. So I think we are still early. Now this is now blockchain transfer. Now this is the same Alice. Alice has $200. Now she has the idea of the blockchain network and cryptocurrencies and how it works. Sorry. Okay. And then she sends crypto worth $200, say Ethereum, and then $1 fee is removed and 199 gets to Bob immediately. Now, the first advantage here is the fee. They remove less fees than when you transfer with fiat. 0.5% of what you transfer when bank transfer through Western Union and then the likes, removing 7% and you understand. So Alice has saved a lot sending $200 than through cryptocurrencies than sending through fiat. Okay. And then the processing time is this one, the road 30 to 90 minutes. It's actually not up to this most times. Seamlessly, in minutes, like in less than 10 minutes, most times you get your transactions successful. Okay. Here we have that on the 16th of January, somebody paid $0.49 in fees to move $1 billion in a single BTC transaction. This is similar to the recent one, but the recent one, the most recent one, was far more than this. He sent 1 billion and, but this one is just 1 billion. $0.49 was the fee that was charged to move that particular asset. Okay. Now we have different kind of cryptocurrency wallets. Now your wallet is um, just like your bank account. Your wallet is just like your bank account. Okay. And then with this your bank account, you can use it to send money to somebody. That's in the case of fiat now, because I'm likening the two of them. I'm just using it as an analogy. Okay. You need your bank account to send money to somebody. So in the case of cryptocurrencies, you have what we call wallet addresses. Now, these wallet addresses are they are your online signatures. That's your kind of bank account. Is a kind of bank account. Let's just put it that way. It's made up of numbers and letters, usually very long. Now, why it is like this is because they don't want to start creating a system whereby they'll need to know your name, need to know your address, need to know. They don't care about when you want to open a bank account. They'll ask you your address. They'll ask you for your phone number. Bitcoin doesn't care. Cryptocurrency. The aim of cryptocurrency is to create this gateway, this fiat gateway from converting your money seamlessly to cryptocurrency and then cryptocurrency back to fiat. Okay. Now, back to what we are on. So a tool use cryptocurrency wallets are tools used to interact with a blockchain network, and they are divided into three main groups. Okay, we have these wallets, and then we have the software, we have the web, we have the mobile, we have the hardware, and then we have the paper wallet. Now, the software wallet is your online wallet. There's some wallets that you create online, and then you can use it for just storing cryptocurrencies. There are softwares like that. You just download the software and then use it to store your cryptocurrencies. There are also websites where you can visit and then you can store your cryptocurrencies on those websites. But it's usually not advisable to use websites and even software sometimes. Then your desktop, that's your system. You still need a software that would help you, that would enable you store your crypto in your desktop. Now your mobile, just like Binance, for instance, you can just get a Binance account, and then you can store crypto on your mobile device. And then there are other wallets as well. There are actually apps, some applications, some mobile applications that are specifically made to serve as wallets. Some of them are the likes of Trust Wallets, Atomic Wallets, and the likes. And then we have hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are, I don't know if you guys have heard of nano wallets. They're just like, okay, let's zoom in here. We have something here. Now this one in yellow, this is hardware wallet. This is a perfect example of a hardware wallet. It's just like your flash drive. So you need your system for this. You connect it to your system, and then you set it up. After setting it up, any cryptocurrency you have that you want to secure, probably you want to hold it for a long time. There's something we call hold. That's when you believe in a particular cryptocurrency that is going to probably has potential, and you want to hold for long term. Okay, so if you want to hold your cryptocurrency and you want to store it in a hardware wallet, you get the wallet, connect to your system, and then you store them in these wallets, and then put keys, like you put a password to it. So now this is how hardware wallets are. And then we have some other wallets, then some other hardware wallets. Some examples like this Nano. Nano is usually the Nano X Ledger. That's usually the most talked about hardware wallets. And then we also have paper wallets. Now these paper wallets are just like say your gift cards, Amazon cards, those kind of stuff. So it's the same thing, just that those ones have a particular QR code. They have wallet addresses, and then so you can store your crypto on those wallets, those paper wallets. They're trying to make moving your currency very easy for you. So you can just carry it easily because it's paper. Just say, probably just like your ATM card, you can just carry it around seamlessly entirely. You will not have any stress um, carrying it around. So that's that for cryptocurrency wallets. Okay, now the blockchain use case, remittance, supply chain, healthcare. Okay, so one thing about the blockchain network is that um, the blockchain network itself was designed to settle a particular problem, and which is decentrality, to make things decentralized and open source. That is the major aim of the blockchain. Now, the blockchain is simply a decentralized ledger that is open source so that everybody can access it. Everybody can see exactly what is going on. There are no cut corners along the line. Okay. Now you can use the blockchain. You can run stuff on the blockchain, and then you get remittances for them. We also use it for supply chain, for healthcare. Okay, take an instance where this during this coronavirus period when there was lockdown, uh, it happened that a group of guys just came together, and then they thought about looking for a particular cryptocurrency, building a particular cryptocurrency on the blockchain that would store information uh, about related to everything related to healthcare, hospital, let's say a particular hospital, and then they'll have their own private blockchain. And then when that came out, people were like, okay, let's say there's this coin they call VET. I don't know if you guys have heard of VET. So some people were like, okay, it will be coins like VET that will probably, so the blockchain can actually be used in everything we do generally. There's almost nothing we can do with our fiats that we cannot do with cryptocurrencies. If it is for paying bills, you can also use your cryptocurrencies. Okay. Other use case is charity. Now, charity is just like the normal charity. You want to help a particular group of persons, and then you sponsor whatever you want to for them through the blockchain network. Now, there's something they call DeFi, decentralized finance. It has also happened that crypto has been metamorphosing over the past years, and decentralized finance has actually come into play. I don't know if you guys have heard of Uniswap, Mooniswap, SushiSwap, Yen, and the likes of them. Okay, so now those decentralized finance, there are those exchanges, that's finance on, that's when you're running everything with respect to finance without needing anybody to caution you per se. So everything you do there, you do it with respect to how you see that it should be done. So nobody controls anything. Everything you do there is based on your roadmap. Okay, now we have decentralized applications. Now, decentralized applications are gaming apps where not only gaming apps, but mostly gaming apps where users interact on the blockchain, and then whichever content you create, it can be shared, and then you get reward for it and all that. Now, gaming generally on the blockchain as well, whenever you create any software, you get paid for the content you created. Now, for governance as well, see, take the United States for instance, they are looking forward to using the blockchain network to carry out their next election, which is very, very feasible. And this would make the election very free and fair, because everything will be visible to everybody. Everybody can access everything going on. So if I vote for, say I vote for Trump, it will be there, it will be recorded there, and nobody can tamper with it. Okay. Now, identity management and IoT. So they're trying to help you make sure that's in the case of your identity management, they're trying to make sure that you don't get compromised online. You don't, there's no third party stealing your private information. Okay. Now, blockchain use case remittance. The largest flow of funds into worldwide transfer of money, the largest flow of funds into developing countries, fast growing industry, 9.6% in 2018. Okay, so what this simply means is that whenever you're trying to, sorry, 1 minute. Okay. Whenever you're trying to move funds into say developing countries, third world countries, and the likes, it is easier for you to send the money. See, and even pay back safe. The transaction is faster. There are lower fees and lower intermediaries. You don't need to go and start signing petition with this particular organization or this particular body. You don't need anybody to be carrying out what you want to do. Okay, so that's that about that.
Okay, so
Now,
you're moving to slide. Can you hear me, Alex? Alex, sorry. Can you hear me?
use case is
Hello?
supply chain. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, I can.
Okay, so I'm back.
Slide
So sorry.
18,
Where were
slide 18,
you?
slide
18,
18.
18.
Yeah,
My thing is not showing as number. Okay, 18. Okay, I should start from 18, Abi.
yeah, sure.
Okay. So now we have blockchain use cases and supply chain. So the typical supply chain as
Hello,
we know it.
hello, hello.
Yes,
Sorry, Aria, we can't see
yes.
your
Screen.
your screens.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm up and down. Sorry, Alex. Alex.
Yeah, I'm with
Sorry,
you.
please make me a host.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
My team disconnected. Please make me a host again.
Okay. Yeah, done.
Let me share
Done.
my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So blockchain use cases and supply chain. So sorry, everyone. I know a lot of things are probably a bit too fast. Just calm down. After the class, you can ask questions, and even after the class, you can message me in the group, the WhatsApp group. The link is in the chat, so that we can follow up. Obviously, the next class will be a whole lot better. So sorry about all this. So now blockchain use cases and so in comparison to supply chain. The typical one, the supply chain, the network of people and businesses creating and distributing products or services. So now the thing is, in that typical supply chain, there's a lot of inefficiency and there's no transparency. But with the blockchain, you can see everything clearly. It's public. It's tamper-proof. Nobody like Alex said earlier on. If I vote for someone else, PDP or APC cannot come and say that I voted for them. I no vote for now. You feel me? So it cannot be tampered. Once the information is installed there, it's actually installed there. It can be customizable, like while creating the blockchain, you can say what you want that blockchain to store. If it's ledger, if it's transactions for money, it will store that. If it's votes, it will store it. You customize it to what you want it to do. It's secure and transparent. Like we said, no one can edit it. No one can edit what you put there, and everybody can see what you put there. You feel me? Then less intermediaries. Yes, in a typical supply chain or typical transaction, you have to send it probably some payment gateway, maybe PayPal, Stripe, some people or MasterCard, Visa, something we shall have to pass through one bank or somebody, one thing like that. With the blockchain, is not passing through anything. It's just straightforward. It's no intermediary. So it's faster. Having to pass through people will take time, will waste your time. So with that, you don't have to pass through anyone. Less frauds, obviously. Less frauds in the sense that whoever you sent to, you know who you sent to, you know who uploaded that particular information. As much as the person's name wouldn't show, but you see the person's address. So that means even if you want to vote, we're not going to. It's not our name that's going to. I'm just saying how we customize it. We put our name, probably some number or something. So there's less fraud and obviously reduced labor work, less paperwork, no blah blah blah, and reduce costs as well. It's obviously cheaper to do things on the blockchain than doing things conventionally. You get trying to speed up because we still have to do a practical example before the time elapses. So Alex, how many minutes have we used? So I can have an idea of how many minutes I have left. Let me speed this up. Then
Okay,
okay,
we've
now,
used up.
yeah.
Okay, we've used about 1 hour. Like for the main class, we've used about 1 hour.
Whoa. And we still have, okay, I'll speed it up so that we can do the practical because it's just 1.5 hours max. So, okay, so in the healthcare normal way, you have storage of medical data. That's the patient's record. You go to the hospital, they store your data, they give you your card, and you have a folder that your doctor, sees your information, all the things they've done to you, all the things they prescribed to you in the past, you know. But the truth is, with that folder, anybody can remove or add something. You could be diabetic or you could have a particular disease and be using a particular drug. And if a nurse suddenly removes that particular information, they can give you a drug that is harmful to you because it fell out from the folder. or they didn't remember to record it. But with the blockchain, everything is there, and like, okay, let me finish with the healthcare part, and I'll get to that lack of transparency and medical insurance fraud. So now with the blockchain medical, with the blockchain healthcare side, accessibility is customizable and there's transparency. Any doctor now can simply just send that information to another doctor. So if you're in another country and you go to another country from one other country, the doctor, as long as he has your information on the blockchain, he can simply send it to give access to another doctor, and the other doctor has access to it. It's transparent. He sees everything they've done to you and your current condition. Usually built as distributed private networks. Distributed private network. Okay. I probably don't get that part in this, but Alex, you want to come in and help me with that part? Feel free to come in if you need to.
Sorry, where exactly?
Blockchain healthcare, second line, usually built as distributed private networks.
Usually built as distributed private networks. That's it means that those it will be built on, say, a particular blockchain that will be taking care of everything with respect to healthcare, and then everything is, since it's open source, that means that even the patients can have a glimpse of their whole data and all that. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that part.
Yeah. Okay. Permission-based management. Simple. I think I will mean, obviously you give access or permission to view your blockchain if you want. It's not just any nonce that will. Okay. Fraud protection and increased security. By fraud protection, can you please accept that? By fraud protection, let's look at a situation that how in the hospital, the doctor or someone might say prescribe certain drugs, even if the drug was not prescribed by your doctor, they could just add some so that they can get more money from you. So blockchain will prevent all that. You will see exactly how much is needed or how much was paid. No mago, nothing be on the side. Then data integrity and interoperability, easy for different networks to verify and exchange data. That's why I said that if you go to another hospital and you simply just share your blockchain, your healthcare blockchain with them, and they can see everything that's happened to you in the past. So it's like saying let me take this to cars. I'm more of a car person. I don't know how they use healthcare to explain. But it's like saying, when you want to buy a car from abroad, there's a place you go to that you put in the bin and you see the car's history. Over there, anything they do to cars, they always record it in the car's history. But here, we don't take records. So now when they make blockchain for cars, anything that is done to the car will be stored in the blockchain. That might be easier to do with electric cars, all those Teslas that have their thing offline, online, like in the air. We'll get to that soon. So let me see, what's the next thing? DeFi. DeFi means decentralized finance or decentralized finance. Like our banks are CFI, that's centralized finance. Once it has to do with humans interacting, like a human receives, human records, that's decentralized. Once so anybody can actually alter things, that's centralized. But in DeFi, it's decentralized. So decentralized, we have DEXs, that's decentralized exchanges. Binance normally is a centralized exchange, but they have a DeFi part. So now for DeFi, you don't need to go to Binance or any exchange. You can carry out, unless you can use the app, Uniswap. You can do the transaction straight from your wallet. It's more of a practical thing. So when we get there, I'll be able to make more sense from that when we get to that stage. But if Alex, also feel free to interrupt anytime you want. You get. We also have lending. You can lend from the, should I call it liquidity pool, or should I say decentralized pool? You can lend from Binance, and you can borrow. You can lend a certain amount of cryptocurrencies if you want to carry out some transaction. But to lend, you also have to have collateral, which is also digital collateral. So all that will be explained at the time. I just don't want us, because time has really gone. So I don't want to spend too much time. So lending and borrowing. Lending is collecting, borrowing is giving out. I hope you know that. So the benefits of DeFi. financial inclusion. Same rules apply to everyone. There's nothing like, oh, I know your dad, so I'll do this, do that. Nobody knows anybody. Nobody cares about anybody. We do everything. It's straightforward. Everybody is equal. You get, and global access. You could be anywhere in the world, anybody anywhere in the world, as long as you have internet. You know, internet is a global village. So as long as you have internet, you can actually interact with the DeFi. Private and permissionless. Alex. Okay, he's not here. Can you guys even hear me? Sorry,
Yeah,
can you guys
I'm
hear
with
me?
you. I'm with you. I can hear you. I
Okay.
can hear you.
In the
Okay,
DeFi,
so
what's that global access part? Yeah.
the global access part is simply that you don't need to it's something that is easy.
I can't hear you.
Say confirmation or validation before you can actually access the platform. So the platform is something that you can get easily all around the world. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I meant the private and permissionless. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, private and permissionless. It means that when you actually go to the platform, you don't need to.
Your line is cracking. Hello, Alex. Your line is
Because
cracking.
in centralized exchange, set the price you want to sell. Okay, you can't hear me.
Say.
Can you hear me now?
Your line, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I said okay. It's take a situation. Say Binance, for instance. You cannot. You set the price you want to buy at, for instance. You understand? And then you set the price you want to sell at. But on decentralized with respect to the decentralized finance on decentralized exchanges, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah. There is this algorithm. These things are usually based on smart contracts. So it's just when you bring out that okay, this is the particular amount you want to use to purchase the particular asset, you get that value, and then the system will automatically calculate it. So it does not need anybody, like it does not need any third party to come and start interfering. So it's just there. You understand?
Yep.
Based on
Okay.
things that have been programmed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no custodial, no KYC. You know, you don't need for decentralized finance or decentralized exchanges. You don't need to sign in with your name, your email address, your phone number. No KYC. They don't need to know you. As long as you just use you can interact directly without releasing your own information, your private information. Because most people are scared to or are not comfortable releasing their information to people. So liquidity, there's always money flowing in a decentralized finance or a decentralized exchange. Actually, there's always cryptos, there's always currency flowing there. So there's always liquidity. So now to the issues of DeFi, that's the issues of decentralized finance. We have education. Okay, now let me even confess. If you notice that I kept calling Alex to come and help me out with this DeFi, that's because I've never really practiced with DeFi. It's different from the typical trading that we all know. DeFi is kind of new to me. So, you need to be educated. You need to learn and be up to track. You need to know what you want to do. Don't just jump into it, because if you don't understand something, you really mess up. So yes, you need to really get educated about it. Scalability issues with Ethereum. Yes, and I know the gas fees you pay in Ethereum, and it's very high. Okay, no, not very high. It fluctuates. There are certain times that it's going to be very high, and there are certain times that it's reasonable. But all that you have to just get used or accustomed to that as well. User experience. Alex, you keep wondering why I keep calling Alex. Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Now there's one thing about decentralized exchange. Just like I explained earlier, there's no particular. It does not actually give you the particular price, or it does not actually give you the particular price of an asset. It gives you the price, but not the actual price. This is because sometimes, say with a particular pair, Ethereum paired against say BAT, for instance, and then
Mhm.
everybody's taking bats, taking bats, taking bats.
Okay.
It will get to a set,
Ethereum will rise.
yeah, it will get to no, not that. It will get to a certain point where the price of that particular asset will now have to increase. You understand?
Yeah.
That the price of that particular asset will have to increase. And because it's increasing, sorry, I can't see your screen again. Oh.
I know. Okay. So I was trying to accept that person. Will you accept the
And
person?
yeah, I think I did. And because you
Okay.
cannot see the price, it is just based on statistics and some algorithms. The system, like I said, is based on smart contracts. All these things are pre-programmed. They've already run. The exchange, that platform has already run how things should be done. You understand? So you cannot actually get per se the particular price. So you can just come into the market and say you want to get it at this particular price. You can't say whether it's low or high per se. You can go to a centralized exchange and set the particular price you want to buy. You can't do it there. So people make a lot of mistakes to buy at particular prices that are probably detrimental to them. Okay, and then you can also set stop loss. If the market is dumping, it is dumping. You understand? So that's just, so people make a lot of mistakes there.
So are we done with DeFi? Can I move
No,
to the next slide? Okay.
not entirely.
Okay. So, okay. Can I just do this? The no secure industry standard. This part. Just help me finish DeFi. DeFi is stuck on my head.
Okay,
Thank
now
you.
one thing about, first of all, cryptocurrencies will tell you that you are trading at your own risk, because now in DeFi has brought in, DeFi is decentralized finance. It is bringing in the essence of decentrality, so that new assets, new cryptocurrencies can come into the market. Nobody would even know, say the owner of that particular coin, and then that coin comes into the market, and people just start putting their money into it, and then all of a sudden you just hear that that particular token has crashed or has dumped. So it's those kind of things that actually happen. You understand? So that's why some people just come in to make money out of it, and then after that they collect your Ethereum, and then the project actually fails. Okay, you can move on to the next slide.
Okay. So Binance. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Let me continue. So as I've been trying to say, Binance is obviously the world's leading blockchain and cryptocurrency exchange. Like, okay, I've heard you. Okay, yeah. With your finance, all this one, let me not read all this. So now, Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange, and there's been, and it's really trusted, like, Alex, please continue.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, ask a question. Want to ask a question?
Okay, yeah, go on.
Yes,
Ask the question.
your screen is blurred. We can barely see it.
My screen. Okay, let me
Yes.
let me check if I'm reading.
Zoom in a little. Can zoom in a little.
Okay. Can you see my screen now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's clear.
Is this clear now?
Yeah, you can zoom a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
I should zoom in.
A little. Yeah, we are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
like I was trying to,
perfect.
okay, you can see now. Okay. So like I was trying to say, Binance, that is, as you can see, Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange, in volume, technology, advancements. They are very consistent. Like, I don't know, for some reason, it's only Binance like it. I know there are other exchanges. People have introduced me to others, but for some reason, I'm just comfortable with Binance. But I would also advise you to just familiarize yourself with as many as possible. But I trust Binance. Let me put it like that. So okay, yeah, they said they are dedicated to increasing the freedom of money for users and futures. Okay, and features an unmatched portfolio of crypto products and let me just skip to my head again. So, okay. So the vision of Binance, is to increase the freedom of money globally. They believe by spreading this freedom, they can significantly improve lives around the world. Being able to make money in a decentralized manner, not having to go to any office or sit down anywhere, from anywhere, just pick your phone, as long as you know what to do. That is the most important part. As long as you know what to do, because most people always just feel Bitcoin trading is easy or is fast money. Nothing is really fast money if you don't know what to do. So as long as you know what to do, you're golden. Okay, so in trading volume, when they first was started, it took them 5 months it took Binance 5 months to become number one in the world. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all.
Sorry, Ayo, did you say not bad? That was excellent. That was excellent.
Has been, yeah. So 5 months, okay, and they've been with that. They've held that for a long time now. So yes, Binance is global in many countries, many continents, many countries, with lots of users. With lots of users from multiple countries, okay, 180 plus countries, and plenty and over 40 plus members from in Nigeria. Trust me, we have so many Binance users. And they have their interface accommodates over 15 languages. I know I've seen Russian and I've seen some other languages. So their system is very interactive. Okay, so now this is the Binance ecosystem as of June 20th. I'm sorry, as of June 2020. Alex, please continue. Someone is calling me. Please continue. Alex, sorry.
All right. Okay. Like you said, this was the whole Binance ecosystem as at a particular time. That's June 2020. Okay, now you can see, let's take it from inside the core. Now that's Binance itself. And then coming outside, say directly on top of it, we have spots and margin. Okay. Now then by the side, you can trade both the spots market and the margin market. The spots market is when you have $10, you use $10 to trade. But the margin market is when you go to the market, you get a kind of leverage. So the market will give you, let's say you have $10, the market gives you 3 times leverage. So instead of using your $10 to trade, you use 3 times, which is $30 to trade. So that's one of the improvements and developments the blockchain, the Binance ecosystem has actually brought. And then we have the fiat gateway. That's Binance has over say 100 and something fiat gateways. No, okay, it's actually reduced, but Binance has a lot of fiat gateways. See Naira, for instance, now you can easily deposit and withdraw Naira to your account. Now we have the features and options. Now the features and options is another market. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Alex, can we switch to your own screen?
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay, please let me stop. Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the features and the options market, or the features and options account. Now, there's also the features market. The features market is a market where you kind of sign contracts to actually take trades. So it's a kind of smart contract trading. It's virtually virtual. When you go online, you are trading virtual coins. Bitcoin, for instance, these things are virtual. You can't hold them on your hand. Okay. Now, what you trade online in the futures market, because what we used to trade the futures market is USDT. Now, USDT is Tether. That's your Binance. Your that's the virtual form of the US dollar, and it doesn't fluctuate. So that's why we use Tether. So you use Tether to buy say a particular cryptocurrency, and then you go to the futures market. You go to the futures market, you predict that the market is probably going to go up. And then when it goes up, you make profit from it. And then they also give you a higher leverage than what margin trading would give you. And then we have the options trading. Options trading is simply also predicting whether the market will go up or go down within a particular period of time. Now we have peer-to-peer. That's this one here, peer-to-peer. Now, peer-to-peer, P2P is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is when there's the ability for you to send money trustlessly within the ecosystem, within Binance. Now, I can just come and send money to, say, my friend easily using peer-to-peer. Binance has brought that and made it easy for us. So if you don't want to deposit, say, fiat into your account, probably because of the fees, peer-to-peer would not collect any fee from you. So that's another development Binance has brought. Now we have the savings and staking and mining pool. Now, savings is simply normal savings, just that in case of cryptocurrencies, you are being paid for saving. And then staking is also the same thing. Just that in staking, sometimes you use it to get other coins. And then we have the mining pool. Mining pool is, some cryptocurrencies are mined. That's in the process of creation. You need to mine them to create them. So they don't come into existence unless you mine them. So sometimes you put your assets to be mined in what we call pool. Now, a pool is a collection of different different cryptocurrencies from different persons, and then now they use it to mine. You understand? Now then we have loans. Now that this loan is simply the usual loan, just that everything in crypto has uh, a kind of extension to the fiat world. Just that there are more, you have more advantages using crypto. Okay. Now there is also the card and then the OTC. OTC is over the counter. This is when you can easily purchase crypto over the counter. OTC is over the counter. That means you can just get somebody, say you have Bitcoin, and then somebody that has money, probably wants to give you cash. Now he gives you this thing, he gives you the cash, and then he sends it, you send the coin to him. So the person does not necessarily need to have a Binance account before you send him the particular crypto asset. You understand? That's, let's say Bitcoin, for instance. You have Bitcoin, you want to sell at a particular rate. The person gives you cash. You can send to the person's wallet without the person having a Binance account. Now that's OTC, over the counter. Now then, this card is Binance card. That's your card you can use to run transactions. Binance actually has that. And then if you come all around here, you can see broker access widgets, research, coin market cap, DR preview, academy, charity. Now, most of these things are developments and applications. See Trust Wallets here. Then these Wazir X, okay? These clouds, okay? Now, some of these things are applications. See Trust Wallet, for instance, or coin market cap. These are some applications you can use to get more information about the crypto markets. For Trust Wallets, you can use it to store your wallets, like I earlier talked about it. So you can store your wallet on the Trust Wallet. Coin market cap is a particular app. It's also Binance that owns it, actually. They bought it recently. It's also Binance that owns it. So you get info about, you get detailed information about a particular cryptocurrency that has actually been listed. Okay. Now that's about this part. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, sorry. There's this area now, supported fiat currencies, like I was saying. Now see Australian dollar, yen, naira, GBP, USD, euro. We have different currencies here from a lot of countries. So what Binance is simply doing, like I say, the main thing Binance is doing is to create this fiat crypto gateway for you. They're trying to make fiat and crypto easily accessible to you. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Best of both worlds. Yeah, in virtually most of the exchange platforms, we have Binance giving you the cheapest and lowest fees. Binance is known for that. and then their transactions are also very fast, especially if you are transacting within the Binance ecosystem, or say you're sending to the Trust Wallet, which is also Binance owned. The transactions are usually very seamless and very fast. Okay, and then when you deposit and withdraw, it's very convenient for you. There's no hassle, and it's user friendly. The ecosystem is user friendly. Okay, Binance Fiat. Okay, bank transfer. You are free to deposit, easy to use. Now, when you want to deposit fiat into your account, you simply go to your wallet, click on deposit, and then when you get there, okay, I think I'll probably show a live video on how to do that. If it doesn't, if it's probably not here, I'll take that. Okay, you would actually deposit. You click on deposit, and then you move to the fiat tab, and then you click that you want to deposit a particular fiat currency. And as a Nigerian, you deposit Nigerian naira, okay, and then you are charged just 150 naira for depositing. No matter the amount to deposit, if you like deposit 4 million naira, it's still 150 naira that will be your transaction fee. Okay, and then there is the peer-to-peer. It's also a way of depositing fiat into your currency. Now, this peer-to-peer system is completely free. Like I said earlier, you will not pay when you are using peer-to-peer in this one. When you're depositing from your own bank, from your personal bank, you pay transaction fee of 150 naira. But if you're using the peer-to-peer, because it is on the system, it is inside and within the Binance ecosystem, they're making it possible for you not to pay a fee. Why they're collecting fee from your bank is because anything can happen along the way. A little devaluation, a little valuation, and all that. So they're just trying to secure and correct all those things. Okay, and then when you run peer-to-peer, it's actually completely safe, as Binance itself would serve as an escrow. They normally assign some personnel to take charge of peer-to-peer transactions. Now you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies in minutes, sell at your own prices, and then that's that. You can also use your MasterCard to deposit. To remove the service charges, 1.4%, I think, of the total amount you deposit. Okay, so this is actually the highest, like the highest fee they would remove, and this is actually not what I use. Most times I use peer-to-peer, or I just deposit from my own bank account. Now that's that about Binance Fiat Gateway. Okay, now this is actually when to show you how to buy crypto with your local currency, which is your fiat, and to sell. Okay, now I don't know if Ayo has told you guys, but there's this program going on within this period, and you actually need to that's after I show you the practical, you need to deposit, say, 10,000 naira worth of naira. That's 10,000 naira into your account. That's, you need to deposit fiat. You need to deposit fiat into your account and then use it to trade, say one trade or two. And then after taking the trade, you would get $5 cash back. That's a kind of incentive for attending this program. Okay, and then to actually assess you using depositing fiat into your account, you would need to verify your account. That's what we call KYC, know your customer. So you need to verify your account. You can use your BVN. Binance has made it easier for us to just use just our BVN. Before, they were using um, national ID or voter's card or any means of identity issued by the government, or any document you have issued by the government. That was what they're using for. But as a result of a lot of complaints with the Nigerian system, they brought about you using just your BVN. Okay. And after this event, it's required that you help us go to Twitter, and then you tweet about what you've learned today. You hashtag my Binance class. Then you put art, and then you use Ayo's Twitter username. We'll probably post that in the WhatsApp group. I think he has dropped the link. So after the session, now the last thing I want to show you is how to deposit using fiat into your account. So after that, after the end of the session, I think you just you should help us go to Twitter and finish the whole work. Okay. So I hope you guys can still see my screen because I'm about opening the Binance app now. Are you with me? Can you guys hear me?
Alex.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Alex.
okay, okay. Let's proceed. Okay, now this is the Binance app. Okay. Now this is the Binance app. This is the interface. You can see I was saying BTC is about $13,000. I just laughed in my mind because he didn't know that some hours ago BTC actually pumped with about $400. Okay, now it has actually retraced. Okay, now let's go to what we are here for. Now you can see here P2P, peer-to-peer, bank transfer, and 100 plus options. So you can just click on it. And then if you don't use peer-to-peer, you can just like I told you guys, you can just click on this credit or debit card. So if you want to use your card, you can use your card in this case. Okay, so but most times I use peer-to-peer or bank transfer. Now, so when you click on peer-to-peer, sometimes these things, what you see here is usually to start from say different languages like the Chinese language. So you can just click on this button here. It will filter it. So when you click on it, it will filter it. Now you can see what is here is just NGN, payment, all payment systems. That's you click on to pay, whether with your bank, Alipay, whatever means you want to use to pay. We have a lot of payment system. Now, this person is selling, this is the USDT I was talking about, the stable coin. It's actually called the stable coin because the value cannot actually increase or decrease, it's stable. So this person is selling $1. This is because this is the virtual dollar now. That's USDT. He's selling $1 for 466 naira 50 kobo. Now, if you want to run the transaction with him, you just click buy, and then you continue the process. You see some info who drop his number and tell you to probably call him in case he's not online, and then you guys run the transaction. It's actually very fast, very, very fast. And in the case of sell, the same thing. You can scroll if there's a particular person you want, and then see there's another thing you notice. You see some persons have this verified or ticked stuff, this verification stuff. Those are the ones you should trade with most times. I actually you guys should take notice of that, because some of these guys are not actually verified per se. They just verify the accounts, not like they apply to become merchants, you understand? And then the likes of that. Okay. Now, so if you like this guy, you want to sell your USDT to him, you just click sell here, and then you proceed. Okay. Now, if you want to deposit fiat into, say, your account, you can just click on deposit, and then click fiat here, see NGN, and then see some other fiat currency. So you just click on Nigerian Naira. Okay, and then when the page loads, it will actually bring out a particular account you're supposed to pay into before you can actually get your transaction completed. Okay. Now, like I told you before, it's just 115 naira the bank will charge you for any amount up to 4 million naira. Just 115 naira. And then card, if you want to use your card, it's just 1.4% fee. Now, say I want to deposit let's say 100,000 naira into my account. What I'll just do is, if I need exactly 100,000, I'll include that 150 while I'm paying. Now you can see here fee 115 naira, and then down here this is what you get. You get 100,000 naira. So you can click proceed as continue, and then to direct you to this Flutterwave page. And then when it brings you here, you can just copy the account number, or if say you're using two phones, you have a small phone, you can just find a way to make the transaction, send this particular amount, try to make sure you send this particular amount, and then make sure that the beneficiary name is Binance Holdings Limited. And then you can see the bank name, Ruby's Bank. This is the bank you pay to. And then you click, I have made this bank transfer when you're done. And then you go back to your wallet. And then you wait for a while, you see you see it reflect in your wallet. They'll even send you a notification, so you get to know that, okay, yes, in the process of this transaction, they actually knew that I did something. Okay. But because I don't want to carry out this transaction, I can just click cancel payments. It asks me if I'm sure, and I click OK. Okay. Now let's go back. Now, let's say I want to check my transaction. Can just click on, just go to history, and then if you are deposited, you'd see it here. You see it here. Say you deposit, let's say 100,000. Just like, okay, this last transaction or this last deposit actually does 100,000, but I included the service fee, which was 150. Now this was what I actually got at the end of the day. Okay, so when you come here, you see it. You can actually refresh the page because this is under deposit. And then if you want to withdraw as well, you can also just come to the withdrawal section, and then you see the various amounts you've probably put to withdraw. And then when it's successful, you get the alert. Now, Binance Fiat Gateway is actually one of the fastest, to be sincere, because you get your crypto, your fiat almost immediately. You click withdraw. Now, we've come to the end of the meeting, and then the next thing you guys need to do is just quickly type in the chat box, give me feedback or a comment about how the event was, how you saw it. Just use 2 minutes for that. Yeah, we've almost used 2 hours for this event. Okay, so you can just type in the chat box and tell us how your experience with us was. And then after that, don't forget to go to Twitter and then help us tag my Binance class. Tell us if you learned a thing or two about Bitcoin or the blockchain. Just tell us something you learned from the
Hi,
blockchain
Alex.
and the class. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I tire.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm actually done.
Oh, thanks. So, okay, okay, no be small news. Okay, let's check their messages. So yeah, you guys, I posted the link to Nice Woman. I posted the link to the WhatsApp group to open a Binance account and to fill the Google form, as well as my Twitter handle. So you guys can actually message me directly. You just join the group, then we can know how far, and we'll continue the learning process. Obviously this was kind of hurry, so you can contact me, then we can work on how to prepare you for the next class. The next class will be more let me use the word interactive. Let me say have more information or more practical than this. Okay, thank you, Dami. Thank you, Abdulhab. Thank you, Alex. Alex, thank you for filling me. I've been so occupied with so many things. I shall not even pick today. Well, so good. So you guys, please follow the links and join the group so that we can see how we progress from there and be ready for the next class. Hopefully the next class will be more information filled, and I'll be alive. I mean, not alive, sorry. I'll be here most of the time. That one I'll cancel everything and just be here too. So sorry about everything. So Alex, I think you guys can leave. Or any questions? Nobody's saying anything. I think we're good, Abby.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so you guys can actually leave. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Feel free to please contact me. Let's see how we can help you become a Binance trader or a crypto trader. That is what you want. So I'll be closing. I'll be ending this now. Thank you, Alex. I'll call you now.
All right, sir.
Yeah. Which one be sir?
God bless you, bro. God bless.
Thank you, Dami. Yeah, nice one, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah. I
Cheers,
hope you learned.
guys.
Hope you
Ah,
learned
yeah.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So very enough
We'll get better.
clarification. Wouldn't lie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
nice
class.
one. Thank you for
All
joining.
right. Yeah.
Yes,
Good
You're
one, Hayo.
welcome. Cheers.
thanks. Let me thank Alex. Alex was the one I helped me almost all through. Right, Alex. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bro.
Alex. Nice one, Alex.
Yeah,
Nice one,
Bless
man.
you.
yeah. And you
So you guys just feel free to check the message thing for the WhatsApp group, the link for those of you that are not in the group, so that we can advance from there. Thank
all right.
you. Okay, man. Nice one. You guys can leave. Thanks.
What if you don't want to come out one day?
The
Yeah,
deal will
no,
even soon close.
no,
That's okay.
what's that information on the Twitter? Yeah, Binance, my Binance class. Then what?
Okay, yes. Okay, what's it called? I will message you. I'll put that on in the group. I'll put that in the group.
On the group.
So that
Okay, very
yes,
well done. No wahala. Thank you very much.
yeah, man. All right, nice. Even you can close the you can